hit comedy Papa's House.
Chugga, 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 chugga.
Wine, wine.
All new neighborhood and Papa's House. CBS Monday.
Very gusty winds for the balance of tonight into tomorrow morning, and a little rain and wet snow as well. We'll let you know how much we can expect at 11.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Kevin Hodge. Tonight on your WZMQ 19 News, we'll have the latest from Washington, D.C., where Trump's Attorney General pick Matt Gaetz returned to Capitol Hill today. Plus, the United States is supplying Ukraine with more weapons as they continue their war with Russia. We'll have the latest on the most recent escalation. And we talk with the Michigan Department of Labor and Economic Opportunity as they celebrate Apprenticeship Week. Your 19 News at 11 starts now.
Live from the UP, this is WZMQ 19 News at 11.
We have some pretty gusty winds for today for the Marquette area, actually into Thursday for the Marquette area, and for the balance of tonight. Rain, wet snow, and wind will be the key here, but mainly rain in Marquette itself and perhaps a light accumulation in the elevations to the west of Marquette and the west of the Upper Peninsula here may get a light accumulation there. Otherwise, highs for tomorrow will be in the lower to mid 40s with more rain, wet snow, and wind. Rest of the forecast coming up later in the show. Kevin?
Thank you, Tom. President-elect Donald Trump's Attorney General nominee, former Congressman Matt Gaetz, returned to Capitol Hill for meetings with senators who could hold the key to whether he is confirmed. Torian Small has more from Washington.
In a highly awaited vote, the bipartisan House Ethics Committee deadlocked on whether to release its report on the investigation into Matt Gaetz.
There was no consensus on this issue. We did agree that we would reconvene as a committee on December 5th to further consider this matter. And this statement that I have just made is on behalf of all of the Democratic members of the Ethics Committee.
That means the 10-member panel is keeping under wraps, at least for now, its report on President-elect Donald Trump's selection to be U.S. Attorney General. It investigated a number of allegations against Gaetz, including sexual misconduct. He has denied doing anything wrong or illegal. Gaetz spoke to reporters Wednesday night as he walked through the Capitol.
They said they're not going to release the report after their meeting today, at least at this point. Any response?
I'll be honest with you, I've been focused on what we got to do to reform the Department of Justice.
Gaetz spent the day meeting with senators weighing his nomination.
The senator's been giving me a lot of good advice. I'm looking forward to a hearing. Folks have been very supportive. They've been saying we're going to get a fair process.
House Democrats introduced motions aimed at forcing the ethics panel to release the Gaetz report. And Senate Judiciary Chair Dick Durbin has asked the FBI for its file on Gaetz as part of a now closed sex trafficking investigation.
President-elect Trump also met with two top contenders for one of his last major posts, Treasury Secretary. According to two sources familiar with the effort, Trump interviewed with both former Federal Reserve Governor Kevin Warsh and Apollo Global CEO Mark Rowan. Sources close to the transition believe Trump's pick might end up being someone else. House Speaker Mike Johnson announced a new rule on Capitol Hill. If transgender men and women are going to use single-sex bathrooms or locker rooms, they must use the one that is reserved for their biological sex. Scott McFarland reports from the nation's capital.
U.S. House Speaker Mike Johnson today took aim at Democrat Sarah McBride, the first ever transgender member elected to Congress, with his decision to bar transgender people from using those Capitol complex bathrooms that do not align with their sex assigned at birth.
But we have single-sex facilities for a reason.
McBride today said she didn't come to Washington to fight about bathrooms. South Carolina Republican Nancy Mace has led the charge to bar McBride from women's rooms here and does not acknowledge McBride is a woman.
We have rights as women, and we have the right not to be bombarded by men in our restrooms.
McBride spoke with CBS News Sunday morning in October.
And I can't believe I'm asking you this, but I'm going to. What bathrooms will you use when you're in the Capitol?
The bathrooms that I've used in the state Senate, the bathrooms that I use when I'm going out to dinner here in Wilmington, I'll continue to use the bathrooms that I've used for the last decade plus.
And that's the ladies' room.
President-elect Donald Trump attacked Democrats for supporting transgender rights during the campaign.
We won't be changing your children's gender with their transgender craziness.
Speaker Johnson has argued there are unisex bathrooms on the Capitol campus.
A man is a man and a woman is a woman, and a man cannot become a woman.
Democrats blasted Johnson's decision.
What we should be doing is getting things done for the American people. Instead, we're worried about, who's using what toilet, and that's pretty ridiculous.
An organization of LGBTQ congressional staff issued a statement calling the new rule a direct affront to trans people. Sarah McBride has been in Washington taking training and orientation meetings and takes the oath as a new member of Congress January 3rd.
Turning now overseas to the war in Ukraine. In a major policy shift, the U.S. is now providing Ukraine with anti-personnel landmines to slow Russian advances. The U.S. military says unlike Russian landmines, which can remain a threat for decades, the U.S. landmines have a short battery life and can be easily detected and disposed of. In another development, the Ukrainian capital, Kyiv, braced for a possible Russian airstrike today. Holly Williams shows us the moment the city went on high alert.
As we prepared for a live report today, air raid alarms sounded over Kyiv and sent us scrambling for cover.
This is actually the car park under our hotel, and local people who live in the area or who are doing business in the area also use this as a bomb shelter.
The U.S. Embassy in Kyiv had already announced it was closing temporarily today because of a potential significant air attack. In the end today, no missiles landed. But Ukraine accused Russia of a psychological attack.
If we're talking about the plans of Putin, it can happen any minute, any hour. And in 5 minutes would be like bang.
Major Taras Berezovets is a communications officer for Ukraine's territorial defense. He told us Vladimir Putin is trying to terrorize Ukrainians into surrendering and testing the limits of America's support.
This is a game of nerves between Washington now and Moscow.
So it's like Cold War brinkmanship.
Absolutely.
Today, Russia's government claimed the Biden administration is trying to prolong the war in Ukraine. An accusation from the country that started this bloody conflict more than 2.5 years ago.
By one estimate, Russia's captured nearly 6 times more territory in Ukraine this year than it did last year. It's an anxious time for many Ukrainians, some of whom also fear that President-elect Donald Trump could cut U.S. support for their nation.
Northern Michigan University has received a sizable monetary donation from NMU alum and former Starbucks CEO Howard Schultz. When Schultz visited NMU last month, he shared his humble beginnings, his experiences at Northern, and his life skills with a room full of students during an intimate fireside chat with NMU President Brock Tessman. Today, he shared even more. Through the Schultz Family Foundation, he's giving NMU $1 million.
So about half of it is going to go to support student scholarships, particularly first-generation students, and make sure that financial barriers don't stand in between them and college success. And then the other half is really about making sure that our student athletes have the tools they need to succeed. In particular, our student athletes who have financial need.
Tessman believes this is the beginning of a long and productive relationship with the coffee billionaire. This week, Michigan's Department of Labor and Economic Opportunity is celebrating National Apprenticeship Week. Our Michigan Capitol correspondent Sophia Murphy spoke with their Senior Deputy Director to highlight the opportunities available across the Upper Peninsula.
Michigan is 6th in the nation when it comes to registered apprenticeships, according to the Department of Labor and Economic Opportunity, with over 21,000 apprenticeships through 800 different programs.
We want to meet people where they're at. There are many pathways to obtaining skills and getting a good quality job.
The Senior Deputy Director of the Department of Labor and Economic Opportunity, or LEO, says apprenticeships are the perfect way to get classroom and on-the-job training at the same time.
You are earning wages from day one, and you'll receive technical instruction in the classroom that you will immediately apply in your job setting.
With new projects underway across the state, it's estimated over 500,000 new jobs will be created between now and 2030. Most of those will be skilled labor jobs.
They are a great model to fill these job openings and help our employers in the UP help grow and expand their businesses.
Statewide, $90 million has been invested into job training programs and workforce and employer support since 2019, and $1.5 million for over 300 apprenticeships in the UP over the past few years.
This is really the all access Michigan that we really want our workforce and our employers to know.
Apprenticeships aren't just for trade workers. With help from apprenticeship success coordinators for Michigan Works, Leo has opportunities available for careers in agriculture, education, healthcare, tech, recreation, and hospitality to help any Michigander gain the knowledge they need to succeed. From Michigan's capital, Sophia Murphy, WZMQ 19 News.
Tom DeVecchio is next with the first morning weather forecast. Plus, thousands of workers across 3 states are being laid off by auto manufacturer Stellantis. And we'll see how the app TikTok is making a big difference in the skincare industry. That and more coming up after the break.
John's Auto has been voted the #1 dealer to buy pre-owned vehicle for longer than I've been alive. If you're looking for a vehicle, or if you're looking for someone to help with your current car, or if you need to get yours looking like new again, come see us at John's Auto Sales and Service, Marquette.
Optimize your home during Kirkish Furniture's Black November sale. This GE stainless steel refrigerator now $1,399. Bosch stainless steel built-in dishwasher just $584. 12-month no-interest financing and free local delivery all month long at Kirkish Furniture.
Emeril Lagasse here, and I'm so excited to tell you about my French door air fryer 360. Extra large 26-quart capacity. Cooked with up to 70% less calories from fat than deep frying. That's a big deal, my friend. 360 degrees of superheated air gives you fast, even cooking. My 10-in-1 French door air fryer 360s grills, air fries, dehydrates, roasts, bakes, broils, proofs, slow cooks, and toasts. This baby does it all. These French doors are a game changer. Look at how easy that is.
Now find out how you can try Emeril Lagasse's French Door Air Fryer 360 with 3 cooking tiers, fetch tool, air frying rack, and drip tray in your home for 30 days for just $14.99. Order now and you'll also get Emeril's Air Fryer Favorites recipe book. And we'll automatically upgrade you to our bonus cooking kit free. Plus, find out how you can get free shipping. This offer will not last, so call or click now to order.
You're gonna love it. I guarantee it.
Tonight. Peace out, Jack. I'm off. I gotta teach these spider monkeys how to play cribbage. Come on, Jumanji.
Colbert's all new with Gladiator 2's Paul Mescal. CBS tonight. Escanaba reporter Lily Simmons on WZMQ 19 News.
Is your parents' car sounding funny? Do you hear any clunks, rattles, squeaks, or leaks? Tell them to call John's Auto Service Department for fast, friendly, and affordable service. Come see us at John's Auto Sales and Service, Marquette.
Now, WZMQ TV 19 First Warning Weather with meteorologist Tom DeVecchio.
We're expecting a lot of wind for tonight, rain, showers mainly, and a little wet snow from Marquette. A little more of a rain-snow mix farther inland, particularly toward the west, along with some very gusty winds that will continue into Thursday, a blustery day to say the least. But the weekend, as you make plans for the weekend, it is looking drier, but still on the chilly side as we head on toward Thanksgiving week. For the kids, dress them for wet weather. Maybe a little rain and wet snow here when the kids go to school. Most of you should have mainly wet roads and sidewalks, though some of you may have a little bit of slush, perhaps some boots for the kids. And when they go home, they're still going to need that raincoat. We're expecting more rain and wet snow. Less snow here as temperatures get into the low 40s, so I don't think much of that snow is going to stick. So here it is. You see the rain and the wet snow continuing into Thursday morning. And then mainly rain with some wet snow, primarily here between Lance and Iron River. The rest of you getting mainly rain with this event on the northeast wind. And it will tend to diminish as we head into the afternoon hours on Thursday. And with a little bit more again for Thursday night. Friday, a few showers around. That'll probably pick up, though, later in the day. In the meantime, look at the winds here. Very gusty. Could get over 40 miles an hour for some of you, maybe even 45 during the morning hours on Thursday. Notice it does tail off those who head toward Thursday evening, but still pretty brisk winds there, and that trend will probably continue into Thursday night. A lot of rain for tonight, maybe up to an inch of rain. Okay, this is rainfall amounts here, not snow. Looking at up to an inch perhaps for Marquette and a half inch toward the west. The eastern side, though, which will get more rain, the best chances of rain will continue. You can see, all said and done, by Friday morning, maybe 2 inches of rainfall here where you see the purple. That could include areas near Marquette. As for snow, by the time you wake up tomorrow morning, most of you won't see much, with maybe an inch, perhaps 2 in some of the higher elevations or areas away from the lake shore just south of Lawrence. For the rest of the day Thursday, we'll tack on maybe a little bit more here, but as temperatures stay above freezing, I suspect that we won't see a lot on the roadways. It could be a little slushy, though, for your morning commutes. Temperatures will drop in the lower to mid-30s for the balance of tonight, near 40 along the lake shore, and holding in the lower to mid-40s tomorrow with that rain and wet snow. Rest of the forecast, more showers on Friday. Weekend, we'll keep it dry for now, kind of tenacious, or something that we will be watching there. And then some rain and snow will come in for the beginning of next week, headed toward Thanksgiving.
Thanks again, Tom. Automotive manufacturer Stellantis is laying off 4,000 people across 3 states, including Michigan. Gino Vici takes us to Detroit, where union leaders are voicing their concern.
Yes, union members and local union leadership here on Stellantis say they are beyond frustrated with the company's recent struggles and say they don't understand it. As you just mentioned, another 1,000 employees laid off in Toledo. We're now approaching 4,000 layoffs just this fall. They say they're simply not buying the claim that it's all due to poor market conditions. They believe this is a case of bad management.
It is management's mismanagement, and ultimately it falls on Carlos Tavares for these problems.
Luigi Joykai, Local 51 president and union member at Stellantis, says he believes the recent struggles at the company are not being caused by market conditions. However, last week, Stellantis did announce the layoffs are due to the poor market conditions.
It's a complete fallacy. How can you cite market conditions when Ford and GM just reported in their fourth quarter, I want to say double-digit year-over profits, so record profits again in the fourth quarter, and here you have Stellantis down, well over 20%. It's not the market, it's mismanagement.
Joykai says the roughly 4,000 layoffs in Michigan, Indiana, and Ohio are causing a rift among union members because he says the company is waiting to the last minute to notify the union of their plans, making it difficult to communicate what's happening.
And I believe the company is using this tactic to sow discord and dissent among the membership so that we take our eye off the ball and always remember that it is the company's fault.
This is definitely a management problem.
Automotive expert John McElroy says it's bad management and a whole lot more.
The company has got so many products that are so expensive in the market right now. It's been trying to adjust that, bring prices down, add more incentives, throttle back on production. Some of the early signs are a little bit encouraging, but it's got a long way to go.
Moving forward, Joykai says the union is leaving all options on the table to address what's happening at Stellantis.
We're doing everything we can, exploring every avenue through grievances. If we need to strike, that's an avenue as well.
TikTok has become a powerful sales machine, both with information from influencers and direct sales. Skincare products are especially popular. Stephanie Stahl has more on why doctors are urging caution when it comes to getting skincare advice from social media.
Hey guys, I've been getting some questions about my skincare routine.
Skincare advice and products are all over TikTok. It's go-to information for many teenagers, like 17-year-old Reese Miller.
Like, this changed my skin in like 30 days, and it's like everyone's kind of like, oh, like we should try that.
Reese was trying to get rid of some acne, but she says it got worse with the products she saw on TikTok.
It got like super red and like inflamed like super quickly.
With billions of viewers, TikTok has become a giant sales machine.
I feel that there needs to be more education.
Bluebell esthetician Linda Lee Tagliamonte, who's treating Reese now, says the products touted on TikTok can be abrasive, containing things like retinols and exfoliants. They're ingredients that are in many skincare products available in retail stores.
The kid's skin can actually break apart with rashes, redness, burns, infections, and premature acne even.
Reese says she kept buying different products with her mom's support, hoping to eventually find the right solution.
You believed the stuff that you saw on TikTok? That was credible to you?
I think at first, well, I used to, now I don't.
Skincare experts say everyone should pay attention to ingredients and understand some can cause side effects, no matter where you buy them, including from TikTok.
These kids, they want this Korean glass skin, and the influencers, they look perfect on screen, and I try to tell them that they're salespeople.
Reese says her skin has cleared up now that she's using fewer products. TikTok says it aims to create a welcoming, safe, and entertaining experience. It also says it is deeply committed to TikTok being a safe and positive experience for people under the age of 18, and that it moderates content that involves goods or activities that may be risky or otherwise require a higher degree of care.
Doctors say if you have questions about skincare, seek out a board-certified dermatologist. Still to come on your 19 News, new technology is giving airports the means to clean up the mess usually surrounding flight boarding. We'll tell you how after this.
Chips or cracks, we've got your back. Brian's Auto Glass.
Introducing Brian's Auto Glass, now in Nagani. Your trusted experts in auto glass repair and replacement. When it comes to your vehicle's glass, trust the experts at Brian's Auto Glass. Our highly trained technicians handle everything from window replacements to fixing those annoying chips. At Brian's Auto Glass, we're committed to quality and precision, ensuring your safety on the road. Visit us today at our new location at 6 Industrial Drive in Nagani, or call us at 906-233-4527.
When it's time for better storage, Dakota Closets is the solution. Menards carries a great selection of closets that are perfect for any space. For home offices, laundry rooms, standard closets, and even storage for your kids' playrooms. There are so many ways to store your items. And with Dakota Closets, you can do it with style and ease. Right now, pick up this wooden playroom organizer for just $779.99 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Do you wonder if playing the same Michigan lottery numbers over and over again improves your odds to win? That's actually a myth. You see, every set of numbers always has the same chance of winning because every drawing is random. Previous results have no effect on future drawings. So know the facts. If it stops being a game, call the helpline or visit our website. Knowing your limits is always the best bet.
Running my business, I'm always worried about managing logistics. The last thing I want to be concerned about is our banking. That's why I use First Bank. They make it all about me.
You're watching WZMQ 19 News, live and local with Kevin Hodge.
Hey, welcome back, everyone. Puppy scams are on the rise, but there are ways you can protect yourself. In 2023, the Better Business Bureau Scam Tracker reported about 2,500 pet scams in the United States, with the median loss per scam being $700. Gina DiNardo from the American Kennel Club explains how to tell the difference between a legitimate breeder and a scammer posing as one on the internet.
You want the breeder to get on the phone with you, talk to you, send pictures of their dogs, records of their breeding program, vet records, things that you can verify the person's a real person with a real litter of puppies.
She adds you should always try to get references and meet the puppy at the breeder's home. We have a first look at a novel solution to an all too familiar problem: crowding at the gate when it's time to board a plane. It comes from American Airlines, and essentially it calls people out if they try to board before it's their turn. Chris Van Cleve has more on the new system, which could be heading to an airport near you.
Oh, there we have a new system.
Not so fast. That is the sound of someone trying to board when it's not their turn.
And when I say group 8, then you can come up, okay?
American Airlines has been testing a new boarding system in Tucson and 2 other airports. Those flyers tried to board just a little early and are asked to wait until their boarding group is called.
Oh, you're in group 6.
Is it like if you give the wrong answer on a game show and you get that
noise?
No, it's not a noise quite like that.
Kidding aside, Senior Vice President Julie Rath says the airline is seeing results.
It has improved the whole boarding process, so you see less crowding at the gate.
American will now add the system to 100 airports ahead of the Thanksgiving holiday, with more in the coming months.
We have a new system. It will let me know if you're trying to board out of turn.
The airline will also be using new announcements, alerting passengers they will not be able to board before their group is called.
It wasn't a happy noise.
Flyer Shauna Brame likes the idea, even if the first time she learned about it, she got stopped for boarding out of order.
Hopefully now people won't be so worried to crowd the front so you can actually get in when it is your lane.
Priority boarding is a coveted perk for frequent flyers, and gate crowding is a common pet peeve.
I like the system that American is trying.
Airline analyst Henry Hartevelt.
American is just trying to find a way to bring order out of chaos.
There are some exceptions, and that includes active duty military and people who are traveling together. They can still board as a group. American is rolling this out mainly to smaller and medium-sized airports right now, with the plan to add it to bigger airports like LAX in the coming months.
Thanksgiving will be here before you know it, and it's time to start thinking about your holiday meal. A new report shows shoppers should see some improved prices at the grocery store. Tanya Bacchus takes us inside the numbers.
Brenda Holloway is starting to shop for her Thanksgiving Day spread. At the top of her grocery list, prices.
It's kind of stressful because you got to figure out, okay, should I choose this item with this pricing or should I not, because you know you have other bills?
There is some good news. The American Farm Bureau Federation says a classic Thanksgiving meal for 10 with a 16-pound turkey, sides, and dessert costs just over $58 this year. That's down 5% from 2023.
We've seen a decline in the cost of this Thanksgiving meal for 2 consecutive years.
Economist Barrett Nelson says the turkey is the biggest reason why. Prices are down about $1.70 a pound from a year ago. Other items like sweet potatoes, milk, and pumpkin pie mix have also dropped. But even though the meal is cheaper than last year, Nelson points out prices are still 19% higher compared to 2019.
We have felt the impacts of inflation for several years, and while they've slowed down, we're still feeling it in our pocketbooks at the grocery store.
Experts recommend shopping around and comparing prices at different stores to make sure you're getting the best deal possible. And many major retailers are offering discounted holiday meals. Shopper Mary Shemansky hopes easing prices are a sign of things to come.
I guess I'm an optimist. I feel that we're going in the right direction.
And economists believe food costs should continue to move in the right direction through the holiday season.
It's looking a lot like Christmas in downtown Escanaba thanks to the creativity of some young artists. Under 144 Escanaba Upper Elementary third graders designed ornaments crafted by Basic Creations for the city's Christmas tree. Today they enjoyed cookies and cocoa while North Country Electrical Line School students hung the ornaments on the tree. Students say they're excited to share their artwork with the community this holiday season.
We all got to do one, and I got to be creative about it, and I got to decorate it with different paint.
The ornament, I made it after my mom because I like my mom. It's a really beautiful tree, and you should thank all the people that are working to put all this stuff up.
Escanaba's tree lighting ceremony will take place on Tuesday, starting with a performance by the city band at 6 p.m. And we'll have a final look at weather for you when we come back.
Hi friends, Richard Karn here. Now I'm known as the guy who can fix just about anything, but the technology in most appliances requires very special training to fix. And that's why my family has Choice Home Warranty.
Choice Home Warranty covers over 25 major home systems and appliances. That's your AC, heating, plumbing, kitchen and laundry appliances, and so much more.
Imagine for less than a cup of coffee a day, Choice Home Warranty can help protect you from expensive major system and appliance breakdowns that your homeowner's insurance doesn't cover.
Call Choice Home Warranty now and get access to a nationwide network of over 15,000 technicians and the latest appointment setting technology so you'll know when they're on their way.
So, Do what this old DIYer did and call Choice Home Warranty now before something breaks down.
Get protection for your heating, AC, plumbing, kitchen, and laundry appliances, and more. Call for your free quote today. Call in the next 5 minutes and get your first month free. 800-418-1754. 800-418-1754.
Tonight. Peace out, Jack. I'm off. I gotta teach these spider monkeys how to play cribbage. Come on, Jumanji.
Colbert's all new with Gladiator 2's Paul Mescal. CBS tonight.
The Shortlist, a countdown show that's all sports. See the greatest names and the greatest games in all sports. Top 10 miracle finishes, top 10 comebacks, the 10 greatest women in sports. Want to see who's number one? Watch all the way to the end of the show. Sports fans love it, and you will too. That's The Shortlist, counting down the top 10 of everything in sports. Only from SSN, the Cindy Sports Network.
Direct.
Don't you ever look up at the sky and roll your eyes. You hear me?
Yes.
Realistic.
I will maybe have a tendency to
spend too much and won't be able to pay your rent.
He holds the line.
I resent it, and I resent you for doing it.
Mathis Court is in session.
Weekdays on WZMQ CBS.
By the time you wake up tomorrow morning, now we're looking at maybe an inch or two of snow, wet snow, in interior sections of the western part of the Upper Peninsula. But the majority of you, maybe an inch here again along the Wisconsin border. Most of that should be in grassy areas and on top of the vehicles here. And a little bit more perhaps for the rest of Thursday. For tonight, though, lows will be dropping at or above freezing here, so it'll be tough for a lot of that snow to stick. And that trend will be the same again for tomorrow, with lower to mid-40s for your highs. Very gusty winds, 35 miles an hour perhaps for tonight and into early tomorrow morning. More showers around for Friday. We'll keep the weekend tentatively dry, maybe a few showers. We might have to add some there, but upper 30s. More rain and wet snow coming in for the beginning of next week. And we'll see how things go into Thanksgiving. We'll be watching that as well. Kevin, back to you.
Thanks, Tom. And to end tonight, authorities in Tacoma, Washington were dispatched to chase an unusual suspect around the city, a runaway pig they nicknamed the Notorious P.I.G. Video posted by Tacoma Police Department shows officers chasing the pig around a residential area on the east side of the city. An officer can be heard in the video saying the pig is being non-compliant, as multiple officers are dispatched to try and capture the animal. After a lengthy chase, police eventually captured the pig and brought it to a nearby ranch for a cozy stay. And that's all the time we have for tonight, folks, but we'll see you tomorrow.
"19 News is brought to you by Kirkish Furniture. Another thrilling week to play football. The NFL on CBS. Catch all of the action this week on WZMQ 19. This Sunday, the